Major nuclear weapons changes are taking place today. Major announcements coming out. I'm going to be sharing with you a lot unfolding. And like I said, this is all surrounding the use of nuclear weapons. And right now, what we're hearing is some major statements and announcements were made, essentially threats and warnings to the United States. And I'm going to be sharing with you what came out, as I mentioned, two major events. And right now, the headlines are coming out saying that what is unfolding right now is deeply concerning to ex-NATO commanders and also U.S. experts, saying that what is unfolding all surrounding Russia right now, this is one step away from World War III. And the two things that I'm going to be covering in detail so you can understand exactly what has happened today is that Russian President Vladimir Putin has come out. And the first thing is he said that they will be supplying, they are getting the framework ready for nuclear missiles to go to North Korea. So that meeting that took place, when people were wondering what exactly is going on there, what is that meeting about? We heard experts warn that, yes, they're making preparations and alliances for World War III. Well, today, Russian President Vladimir Putin is saying we're preparing nuclear weapons to get shipped to North Korea. So that is one of the first things. Those nuclear weapons are being maneuvered around. And I'm going to be sharing with you the details on this. Is what we heard is that Russian President Vladimir Putin is saying, why should we not be able to send nuclear weapons and missiles to the enemies of the United States and allow them to essentially hit the U.S. if they desire, similar to what the U.S. has done with equipping missiles to Ukraine to hit Russia. So Russia is saying North Korea, they could be receiving shipments of nuclear missiles here from Russia very soon. In addition to that, the second item that came out today is that Russia said that they are considering right now, they are in the middle of reviewing their nuclear doctrine. Now, what exactly is that, and what does this mean, and why is this hitting headlines across various news media outlets today? Well, this is very important. In order to understand, you have to understand how it is that Russia operates with its nuclear missiles. You see, the United States does not essentially have any sort of nuclear doctrine at their disposal. And I actually shared this with you when we heard from that expert that was giving an interview regarding World War III and what is happening with Russia. The United States will go into war, and they simply have procedures that they follow, but they do not have what is known as a nuclear doctrine, which is what Russia has. Russia actually has a nuclear doctrine, a standard for which they will operate their nuclear weapons. And in that nuclear doctrine, there is a statement that says escalation to de-escalate, escalate to de-escalate clauses in there. And essentially what it states is that they will not use certain nuclear weapons unless certain things unfold. If this, then this. And one of the cases is escalate to de-escalate, in which they would use nuclear weapons to neutralize a adversary, but they said that they would only follow certain clauses in order to get to the point where they would consider using nuclear weapons against their adversary. Well, they're saying that that is currently being reviewed right now today. They're reviewing the nuclear doctrine, thinking about making changes. And one of the things I'm going to be sharing with you here from the articles, and these are all pinned in the description, you can see they've come out today. They're saying they're taking into consideration preemptive escalation to de-escalation. In other words, they're saying if they believe that an adversary is preparing to attack them and threaten their sovereignty with potentially nuclear weapons, well, then Russia then will allow themselves the right to strike before anticipating a strike against them with nuclear weapons, meaning that according to their nuclear doctrines, their standards, it would be okay for them to strike first with nuclear weapons. And they made this announcement coming out today. This is following the meeting with North Korea, Russian President Vladimir Putin meeting with Vietnam news reporters. I'm going to give you all the details on these two major announcements. And as I mentioned to you, I've got these linked in the description coming out today as well. Putin, North Korea, nuclear weapons. What is unfolding? Experts are saying this is deeply concerning. This coming out from ex-NATO commanders. So,
okay, Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kwadash, double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutation I came out that I push this word in truth and the sincerity. The Lord is about to bring judgment on these different nations, man, including 2/3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The Lord is about to bring a heavy judgment, and that heavy judgment is going to start with race wars, uproars of the people, famine, floods, earthquakes, which is happening now, but also that heavy judgment is the ultimate judgment, which is thermonuclear destruction and concentrated fire when Yahweh Shah cracked them skies, bringing death, destruction, and deliverance, man. Death and destruction to 2/3, Esau and the rest of the nation, and deliverance to his elect. Now, this video came out, I think 2 days ago, and it was broadcast all over the news that Vladimir Putin went to North Korea and visited North Korea's president Kim Jong-un, and they got together, and we don't know what they discussed behind the scenes, but what's been brought out is that, now I heard this right here last week, because I mentioned in that camp last week, at the end of camp last week, when Vladimir Putin said that America is giving its enemies weapons to strike deep into Russia. So they're going to start giving United States enemies weapons to strike them at any given time. He didn't mention what kind of weapons, but now it's coming out that he's giving the North Korean president access to nuclear warheads. Missiles that's able to put nuclear warheads attached onto them. So basically what he's doing, he's giving North Korea nuclear weapons. And that's prophecy. All these different nations that's joining an alliance, whether it's militarily and economically, we seeing it unfolding right now. We seeing everything unfold right now. Saudi Arabia, after 75 years of dealing with the petrodollar, has joined the BRICS in January 2024, and now they dumped the dollar. So you don't hear this on the news. You have to dig deep for that information because you're not going to hear it on mainstream media. And these devils have the ability to suppress information, but not on these platforms like TikTok, because they don't control it. They don't control the narrative of TikTok and all these different other social media platforms that's bringing out truth. This is beautiful news, man. Isaiah chapter 34 verse 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that therein, and all that is therein, and what that's going into. The Lord's putting the spirit on his prophets to go out there and prophesy the downfall of Esau, the so-called white man's kingdom. Because in the set title, that title is the Lord's wrath upon the nations. He's about to bring that heavy judgment. The wrath that's coming down is the Lord's wrath. It says, let's read it again from the top. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. We out there on the highways and the byways, bringing out these prophecies, pushing the word of the Most High, and the internet, through YouTube and Odyssey. Now TikTok is bringing out the truth, because you got brothers putting up videos on TikTok. You got brothers putting up videos on Instagram. But guess what? This world has reached the four corners of the earth, and judgment is about to take place. It says, for the indignation which is righteous anger of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. This has taken place yet. This has taken place, Salakia. This has taken place, but this is the Lord's movie, so we playing out the prophecies. It says, he hath utterly destroyed them. He says, let's read it again. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. And that great slaughter is going to come by the way of thermonuclear destruction and concentrated fire when Yahushua cracked them skies. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains which represents governments shall be melted with their blood. And all the hosts, all the armies of heaven, or these different rulerships, mainly Esau's rulership, shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. That's that mushroom cloud when all these different nations start shooting off nuclear missiles on America. Whether it's hypersonic, supersonic, the conventional ICBM missile with the multiple warheads. Because all these missiles pack the punch to carry 12 to 15 warheads, some 20. One warhead could do much damage. How much more? 20 warheads. Nuclear warheads. It says, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all the hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off the vine, and as a fallen fig from off the fig tree. Hey, 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter goes into that. The whole chapter is bad, man. 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter. The first verse on down goes into the destruction of this place called Babylon, the daughter of Babylon, and Yahushua cracking them skies. And this is 2nd Esdras chapter 16, verse 12. The earth quickeneth, and the foundation thereof. The sea arises up with the waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also, before the Lord, and before the glory of his power, before Yahushua's glory, which is him coming in them chariots, and the greatness of his power with them chariots and them nuclear missiles, man. It says, the glory of his power, the glory is them chariots, and his power is them nuclear missiles. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. That bow is that silo that contains the nuclear missiles. It says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows with some representation of hypersonic, supersonic, and ICBM nuclear missiles with multiple warheads on them. His arrows they shoot up are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. And this is going to be heavy, man. It's going to be shot from the east unto the west, and from the west unto the east. The ends of the world is the west. It says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. Because once these missiles shoot off, once they shoot these missiles off, you can't bring them back. Oh, I'm sorry for doing that. Let's just call them back. Now, once the missiles are shot off, they shot off. And then they're going to hit their designated target. Because why? These missiles are spiritually guided, and Esau's technology, which is given to them by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, they're going to be spiritually guided to hit their target. You can't get around this. It says, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out until it consume the foundations of the earth. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer turneth not backwards, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. And them plagues are nuclear missiles, man. Can't stress it enough. This is back in Isaiah chapter 34, verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come. That sword is talking about the nuclear missiles and the concentrated fire from them chariots when Yahushua cracked them skies. It says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, which is a Greek way of saying Esau, Edom. And upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with the fatness of the blood of lambs and goats, which is the metaphor for the people. with the fat of the kidneys of rams, for the Lord have a great sacrifice. Like it for the Lord have a sacrifice in Bosra, one what was lost for words, slacking. Bosra is a chief place where Esau dwelt in the ancient world, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. So that great slaughter is going to come as thermonuclear destruction. And that's going to be the end of Esau's rulership. That's going to be the end of this devil's rulership. You can't get around it. And this devil know he's getting, and this devil know that his empire is circling the drain. This devil know that he has little and short time. That's why things are speeding up. The major prophecy that we're waiting for is that Sihib. Then all bets are off. The missiles are going to stop flying. Once this economy collapses, they're going to change the system. They're coming with a digital system. And everybody's going to line up to take that Sihib. And once you do that, Revelation chapter 14, verse 8 on down, that's your ass. That's your ass. See, it's getting deep, and shit is getting sticky out here. Yo, shit is getting deep and sticky. This is a sticky situation for these devils, man. Now, Vladimir Putin is giving Kim Jong-un nuclear weapons. Now, I don't doubt that Iran already has nuclear weapons. You see, so that's what's happening. That's what's happening. And that's going to bring that great day spoken of in Zephaniah, the first chapter, the 14th verse on down. That great day of the Lord. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. The great day of the Lord is coming. Yep. You better believe it. The great day of the Lord is coming. This is Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 14. The great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty men shall cry there bitterly. Who's the mighty men? Esau's military. And the rest of the nations, their military. Because all these different nations, in some form or fashion, have mighty men. Which is a representation of their armies. It says, that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation. What's going to bring forth that wasteness and desolation? Them nuclear missiles, right along with them chariots. Burning shit up. It says, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet, an alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord Yahweh, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. That's the destruction of America, and certain parts of Russia is going to get hit, certain parts of China, certain parts of Iran, North Korea, certain parts of Great Britain, certain parts of Germany, all of Israel, all of America. That's why it says in Isaiah 24:19 on down, the earth shall roll to and fro like a drunkard. Because all these missiles are going to be shot off and destroy certain parts of the earth, like I said, certain parts of Russia, certain parts of China, certain parts of India, Pakistan, Ethiopia, whoever has nuclear capabilities that's going to shoot missiles off, America's going to shoot missiles off back. So things is heating up. Things is heating up, and I'm loving it. Because what we have here is the Lord gathering that assembly of great nations. Just as Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 9. For lo, I will rise and cause to come up against Babylon, which is America, an assembly of great nations from the north country, starting with Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, India, Pakistan, Ethiopia, Libya. That's that assembly of great nations. Just to name a few nations. It's even some of the NATO allies is going to join up with this. It's going to be a part of that, this assembly of great nations, such as Great Britain, Germany, France. Because something that's going to happen that's going to make them change sides. That's going to make them want to destroy America too as well. It says, let me read it from the top. For lo, I will rise and cause to come up against Babylon, which is America, an assembly of great nations from the north country. And they shall set themselves in array against a military formation. From thence shall she be taken. Their arrows, which is of nuclear missiles, shall be as a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. And Chaldea, another name for America, shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Lord Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shah? So this devil knows that his time is up. This devil knows that he's about to go down. Whether it's a Russian Edomite, an American Edomite, or a Turkish Edomite, because them Turks over there, they're Ottoman Turks. Them Turks over there, that's where they are part of NATO. Because Esau know that they Edomites. They're gonna be hit. They're gonna get hit too, because we go into Ezekiel the 38th chapter. It goes into Russia and Turkey and all the rest of these nations coming up against America. Because Turkey like to play both sides. So things is heating up, and the Lord is fixing to destroy America with a great slaughter. With a great slaughter. It says, this is this is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 8. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion, which you have done to the Native Americans, which you have done to Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. It says, and the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch. It shall not be quenched night nor day. The smoke thereof shall go up forever, which means a certain period of time. For a generation, from generation to generation, it shall lie waste. None shall pass through it forever. None shall pass through it forever and ever. But the cormorant, and the bittern shall possess it. The owl also and the raven shall dwell in it, and he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion, because you ain't gonna know where the hell you at. America's gonna be a big desert. You ain't gonna know where New York was at, Las Vegas, California, Philadelphia. It's gonna be a big ass great desert, the biggest desert in the world. It says, and he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness. They shall call the nobles thereof to the kingdom, but none shall be there. All her princes shall be nothing. Because the Lord, pursuant to Isaiah, the 24th chapter, the 19th verse on down, the Lord's going to gather the host of the high ones. He's going to punish the host of the high ones that are on high. Also, pursuant to Ezekiel, the 39th chapter, the 14th verse, the Lord's going to sever our continuing employment. That word employment means slavery. So we're at the end of this devil's rulership. We're at the end of this devil's empire. He's going down. He know he's going down, but he can't accept it. I really wish Esau would stop tussyfooting around and bring forth his agenda, which is ultimately the Lord's agenda. Stop tussyfooting around, man. Let's get it popping. Stop tussyfooting around and get your faggot ass up and do what you got to do. Because it's heating up. It's heating up. And I'm loving it. So I'm going to end it there. Abba Batazar, you Akim out there was edified. I just want to bring out a few points. And hopefully this dude don't give me a copywritten infringement because I use his little video, little clip from his video. So with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash, double honor to the apostles, the bishops, and elders, and once again, salutations you Akim out there that push this word in truth and in sincerity. Shalom.